Parts of the valley today. We'll check in with our First Alert Storm team in just 1 minute. But first, we have local breaking news this morning. Crews are still on scene of a garage fire connected to a home in Southmoor. The valley today's JC Dodge joins us live from the scene with the latest look at the destruction. Good morning, JC.
Good morning, Jordan. What started just before 4 was active flames, and now this is what we're looking at with a garage fire in Southmoor. You can see just how bad this major fire, the damage has caused on this garage. You can see it started with that car, and I'm joined here with homeowner Kent Wolford. Kent, walk me through what happened this morning.
Well, my son was out back this morning with his dog, and he noticed that he went in the garage and he noticed that the front of the car, there's flames coming out of it. So he evidently attempted to try and throw some snow and stuff on it, and by that time he came and got us, my wife and I, and we came out here and there was just smoke everywhere. It went that quick. I thought at first, we could maybe put it out ourselves, and then I got on the phone and called Moore Fire Department, and they got here, I don't know, within a couple of minutes. I think they were on another call even at the time. And by that time, the smoke was so bad that you couldn't even go in the garage. My son got my wife's car out of the driveway and got my car out of the garage, and about that time, then the fire department got here. Thank God, yeah.
So everyone made it out safe today?
Yeah, 2 dogs, 2 kids, and my wife and I. So.
Well, thank you for chatting with us.
Yeah.
Now, investigators are supposed to be here around 9 this morning,
That's what I heard,
and they're
yep.
hopefully going to find out what started this fire. Jordan?
JC reporting live. Very glad Kent and his family were able to make it out safely. JC, thank you. It is now 6:51 on this Tuesday morning. We want to get a check of that First Alert weather day now with how it's going to impact your plans. Good morning, Summer.
Good morning, Jordan. Snow for some of us, quiet conditions for others to start today. But by this afternoon, we're all going to see some very big changes. This morning across northern Minnesota and the Northern Valley, seeing icy and snowy roads due to snow that's been falling so far. And then into this afternoon, near blizzard conditions are expected, not for falling snow, but for blowing and drifting snow of what's already on the ground. Right now, satellite and radar is showing some of that heavier snow that moved through northern Minnesota this morning is on its way out. But we have another little band of snow from Devil's Lake up into the northern Red River Valley. That's been creating some areas of slick roads and some spots of lowered visibility. Visibility is still down to 0 in Langdon and has been for about the last hour or so with that snow passing through. Down to 4 miles in Devil's Lake, 1.7 mile visibility in both Roseau and Baudette. We've been getting some snowfall reports via the National Weather Service this morning. Greenbush, Minnesota and Roseau at the highest amounts so far today at 3 inches both. Total snowfall is expected to be between 3 and 5 inches up in areas like Roseau, Baudette, Lake of the Woods, out towards International Falls. But the heaviest of the snow is finally on its way out. That's looking at total snowfall accumulation. Now we focus on the wind. This is just the wind gust planner in Fargo, where we're expecting gusts over 45 miles per hour after the lunchtime hour. So that's going to lead to some areas of near blizzard conditions or blizzard conditions right through the Central Valley and across eastern North Dakota, with those gusts widespread over 45 miles per hour. So timing things out, the snow will continue to work its way out, but then that wind creates blowing and drifting snow through this afternoon right on into the evening as well. And if that's not enough, that wind is going to be pulling in, ushering in Arctic air yet again. So enjoy these temperatures that we have right now. We're at 30 degrees in Fargo, waking up, 32 in Jamestown. We're at 21 in Baudette and Devil's Lake, 25 at this hour in Wadena. So stepping out the door, you might not need your heaviest coat for the winter, but by that evening commute home, you're going to want to bundle up. Temperatures rapidly falling this afternoon with very gusty winds and very cold wind chills. Here's a snapshot of this afternoon looking much colder than it is right now. Your 7-day planner showing that Arctic air, we remain sub-zero Wednesday and Thursday as well. Another First Alert weather day for dangerous wind chills on your Thursday. Brief warm up Friday with another chance of snow, and then returning to the cold after that.
A lot to go over, especially this morning. Summer, thank you. And part of that is the road conditions now. She said the main area is that upper northwest section of Minnesota. We are seeing that on the DOT road cams from War Road to Baudette, down to Washkish, over to Red Lake, and then even up to Carlstead. In that section of Minnesota, we're seeing these pink roads. Now that means they are fully covered. As we head to the south, though, of Minnesota, more into Lakes Country, we see the pink start to turn into these blue roads around Monoman, Detroit Lakes, and Walker. That is partially covered in snow. However, everyone really needs to watch out where they're going. The only spots that we're seeing green on the map is like Highway 10 from Perham to Staples. The farther south and east you go in our viewing area, the better things get. Quick check of what's happening on in North Dakota. Right there, just north of Grand Forks, north and south, that little blue pocket right here, that is wet road conditions. And with the current temperatures hovering right around freezing, that can turn dangerous in a matter of seconds. So remember to stay with us right here all morning on the Valley today and even on the CW as we explain more of this winter weather. Overnight in Fargo, crews worked to clear the last round of snow from the downtown area. Crews focused on completing that snow removal on the north-south streets downtown. Vehicles that were in the way of the plows and parked in those no parking areas were towed. It will cost a driver about $100 to get it back. Now to the latest on the Valley News Live investigation into the Fargo Police Department. A special City Commission meeting will be held later this morning for what's being called an operational update on the police department. In a statement, the city says the meeting is to allow commissioners and the public to hear directly from Police Chief David Zabolski and his executive staff on the status of the department. This comes after our own investigation showed 35 officers have resigned since Zabolski took office in October of 2020. 7 more have retired in that time frame, several of them telling us they would not have done it if it weren't for the chief. Several current and former officers who worked under Zabolski in his previous posting in Wisconsin reached out to us saying they're not surprised by the issues. They describe him as nightmare-like and a dictatorship.
Everything was his way. If you questioned any of his policies, he would shoot you down and say this is the way it's pretty much going to be. That's 100% dictatorship in my opinion.
Officers say in Zabolski's nearly 5 years in Wisconsin, over 30 people left directly because of him, including 9 civilian staff members in the records department. One former employee named Carol Schaff tells Valley News Live that Zabolski's attitude, shakeup of schedules, and the taking away of benefits caused her to retire early in 2019. And again, that special City Commission meeting will be at 11 o'clock this morning. Valley News Live will have a team at the meeting bringing you the very latest on that VNL News app. A top West Fargo city official is now out of jail on unpaid administrative leave after being arrested over the weekend. Assistant City Administrator Tim Solberg was arrested on aggravated domestic violence charges. Police were called to Solberg's home and officers say they found a victim who was later treated at the hospital. As officers were arresting him, they say he became uncooperative and resisted. The dispatch logs show that Fargo police were on scene at his house for nearly 4 hours. After decades of discussion, the conversation regarding a South Side bridge connecting the cities of Grand Forks and East Grand Forks is again at the forefront. The last meeting of the Future Bridge Traffic Impact Ad Hoc Committee found that 56% of people prefer that bridge be built at 32nd Avenue South. But the committee member representing that area stresses that if a bridge is built there, it would create safety issues.
A lot of those kids in that area walk and bike to school. It's the largest concentration of young school-age kids in this entire region. And you're talking about massively increasing traffic.
The negative aspect, I think, is really hyper-focused into your neighborhood. And unfortunately, the ramifications of not building the bridge are felt throughout Grand Forks.
The committee's final report should be completed by the end of the month. It will then move on to an MPO Technical Advisory Committee. A Park Rapids, Minnesota man is in critical condition after crashing his car into a utility pole. It happened at the intersection of County Road 26 and West Straight Lake Avenue in Becker County yesterday. The Sheriff's Department says they got a call around 2:30 in the afternoon about that man identified as 29-year-old Dylan Jackson. He was stuck in his car after the crash. He was found in critical condition and taken to the hospital. His condition this morning is unknown. That crash remains under investigation. The Today Show and CBS This Morning are just about to start, but the Valley Today rolls on. We'll have more live up-to-the-minute news and weather coming up for you on the Fargo CW. We'll again check in with the Valley Today's JC Dodd as she joins us live with the latest on breaking news out of Southmoor. We'll see you over there.